Hello, we are presenting NicePage, and we're going to show how to create a website of any complexity with NicePage. For demonstration, we'll use the example created in the graphic editor, for example, Adobe Photoshop. The idea we see is to the left. Create a new website. Add a new page. We'll start from the theme settings. This is very convenient, as we set the colors, the fonts, the font sizes, and the typography once and for the whole page or even the website. We see the gradient in the sample to the left made with two colors. It's common that colors are used throughout the whole page. Therefore, it is convenient to copy color values and add those to the website palette. Copy the first color value using the color picker and add this value to the website palette. Copy the second color value and also add its value to the palette. Customize the fonts used in the website's headings and texts. Looking at the sample to the left, we see approximately what sizes and weights of the heading we need. Set the font values. Lately, while adding these text elements to sections, we will get the desired results at once. This saves the time a lot. Set the headings, the text, and the hyperlinks. We have finished with the theme settings for our website. Now we are proceeding to designing the sections. We start with the introduction section. Increase the section height. Add rectangle to the section background. Select rectangle from the top menu, add rectangle, or use the R hotkey. Resize the rectangle so it covers a half the section's height. Change the color fill to gradient fill as we see in the sample to the left. Now we need to place a picture and a text inside the section. Visually, we can divide the content into two parts. Therefore, for that we need containers. The most simple way is to use a grid with two equal cells. Select Add Grid and then the grid with two cells. The grid also simplifies the setting of the responsive modes, as in the narrow screens the cells are reordered one under another automatically. Resize the grid. Select the left cell and press the Delete key. Select the second cell. Collapse the image. Resize the image. Replace a picture by dragging it from the desktop or your local folder. Place it over the default image and release the mouse button. Enable the shadow in the right panel. Change the shadow settings. Change the color, the blur, and the transparency. Add the content to the left cell. Any element can be added from the Add menu at the top or using the hotkeys. Add the line. Change the line weight and the width. The control resize is done easily by pulling the control markers. It works the same way as in the Microsoft PowerPoint or the Apple Keynote. This is the most natural way. Add a title. Change the title text. Make it 2 lines. Add a text. Now let's add the list to the right. Add the first line. Copy the other ones by holding the Control key and dragging the copied control, or use the context menu. Placing of controls is made simple, also by dragging. Guides and the sizes in the red boxes help to align. Modify the hyperlinks. Proceed to the next section. add a new section. We will also use the grid. You can place controls without a grid if you want. At that, for the responsive modes, you will need to make placement adjustments manually for each mode, which is not convenient. Increase the section's height. Select Add Grid and then the grid with 2 cells. Resize the grid. Align the grid using the magnets. Let's add controls to the grid. In the right cell, change the image fill to the color fill for the background. Add a line. Modify the line. Add heading 2. Modify the heading. Add a text. Modify the text. Change the alignment to middle right. Proceed to the left cell. Collapse the image on the background. Replace the default image by dragging the needed one from the folder. We will place 2 rectangles under the picture. Add a rectangle. Resize the rectangle. Change the fill color to light gray. Arrange the image above the rectangle by using the Arrange option in the toolbar. We see that the rectangle partially overlaps the neighbor's cell and is not fully visible. Switch off the fill of the right cell. Resize the image. Enable the shadow. Set the shadow properties, offsets, blur, and transparency. Add another rectangle. Move the rectangle below the image with the Arrange option. This section is also complete. That's simple. Add a blank section. Resize the section. For this section, we will also use the grid with 2 cells. Select Add Grid and then the grid with 2 cells. Resize the grid. Replace a picture on the background of the right cell. Shrink the left cell by dragging the middle border. Select the left cell and press the Delete key. Add the list the same way it was done earlier. Copy the controls by holding the Control key and dragging them to the destination positions. Modify the hyperlinks. Guides and the sizes in the red boxes help to align. Lastly, add a text. Change the alignment. This section is also ready. Add a blank section. We see that there is a gallery in this section. The Nice page provides over 1,500 unique layouts, and now we will search and use one of those. You can filter the results with the required number of images and/or texts. This speeds up the process greatly. Also, we can filter by the thematic categories. Select a similarly looking section. Change the section's height. Change the heading container width and the height. Delete the default content. Add a line. Add heading 2. Align left. Make the line thicker. Change the line width. Modify the heading 2. Make it in 2 lines. Select the section. Change the color fill to the gradient fill for this section. Change the gradient colors. Move the heading above the grid. Resize the grid. Make the line and the heading white. Replace images by dragging the needed ones from the local folder. Modify the footer. Select the footer style from the gallery. Change the color fill. Change the content in columns. Align the column top right. Copy the second cell by holding the Control key to the third and fourth ones. Change the content of those cells. Replace the image in the first column, dragging the logo from the local folder. Add heading 4 for the logo text. Modify the heading. Preview the page in the responsive modes. Desktop, laptop, tablet, phone landscape, phone portrait. We have finished designing the page. Go to the URL in the description to try how it all works for yourself. Thank you for your attention. Goodbye.